Hey, what's up, party people? Welcome to the studio. I'm Mikey Sky, DJ and producer, and today I'm going to break down my cover remix of La La La. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Just before we start, forgive me for being a little slow with the mouse and the keyboard. I just had shoulder surgery on my labrum repair, so I'm a little slow getting at the keyboard and typing and stuff. It's hard to move my arm still, but here we go. All right, here are the vocals. They're already mixed down. A lot of times I will use the stems separately and mix it down myself, but in this case it was done so well, and just for efficiency purposes I decided to use the fully mixed version already.
Hush, don't speak when you spit your la 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 la.
Okay, so on that vocal I've got here's my sidechain automation with the kick, which is right here. For that I use a LFO tool. I've got a stutter. Got a stutter effect here. For that I use a patcher, and then I have several different variations that I can route it to just for ease of access to make it quick. So I added a stutter to the vocal and automated it. So I just did accent delays on certain words and phrases like this.
Don't speak.
Turn the
Hush, don't speak when you spit your venom. Keep it shut. I hate it when you hiss and preach.
So this delay is, so this track is 100% wet, and it's going to the delay. And for this I use delay 3 with a ping pong effect, panning left and right. I love that. I love this delay. Next we've got, I guess I'll just some master automation. So I'm just automating the volume of the master channel just to bring it down a little bit before the drop, and then back to full volume right on the drop, and that just helps the drop hit harder. You can also do the same with the stereo imaging. You can narrow the pan knob and then bring it back wide again when the drop hits. Just little things like that help enhance the buildups. Next we got the kick. This is the body, and this is the click. The click is actually a full kick, and I just cut out all the low frequencies with EQ and shortened it. So it's just the click section, so together hits nice and hard. Normally I put a clipper on my kick, but I did not in this case for whatever reason. All right, bass. So this first bass pattern is not sidechain, and then when the drop hits, sidechain. Here's the bass preset. I made it. I used another preset, and then I just altered it and made it my own. Here's the bass for the drop, and then I added a top layer to it, which I named it a sizzle layer. I don't know. Just add some nice crunch on top. I just cloned the bass signal, changed it, filtered it, and this is what you get. So you can hear what it sounds like with it. So you can hear that it makes a nice difference. All right, automations. I like to group my automations underneath the channel of the sound, like this, so that they're all in the same category. Like vocals, I got my 2 vocal automations here right underneath. Okay. Then I got some cutoff automation so that the bass opens up a bit towards the top of the build up, like that. Respace, pretty straightforward. And then I like to pitch bend the end of my respace into the next phrase. It makes for a very nice transition and like a sub drop effect. Okay, we're rocking here, guys. We're killing it. Okay, drums, really straightforward. I color all my drums blue. I route them all to a drums bus. Every sound pretty much is routed to a sub mix or a bus mix. The synths, the drums, they all have their individual submixes. That way I can mix the whole group at once, gluing them together, or if I need to make adjustments, I can bring the fader down of all of the leads and not just each one individually. My drums bus consists of API 2500 compressor, SSL channel strip. I just use the high frequency EQ just to add a little bit of air on top. The harmonics of the SSL are, oh yeah. Then we go SSL compressor. This is my favorite bus compressor by far. I always make sure that about 4 dB of compression adds a nice glue. And slow attack, fast release, 4:1 ratio. So you can see when we group all the drums together, closed hi-hats, claps, everything else. So we're getting about 2 decibels of compression, and that's really all you need. It's just subtle. This is the snare buildup that I made. I've got a high-pass filter, a low-pass filter, and some reverb to automate. And also automated the pitch at the end. So boom. Straightforward. Movie impacts. I love movie impacts. Great for transitions. Crash. Got back verb crash or reverse crash. Right here I got rid of the tail just so it didn't resonate into the pre-drop. Okay, moving on. Here are the plucky chords. I made this on Serum, so I got a back verb going into it. So that back verb, I have some panning automation going on, just at about 64%, 60% at a 1:8 ratio. Just adds a little bit of dynamic to reverse reverb, just to make it a little more interesting. I got a macro here on it, which opens it up. And then to keep it interesting, I added a progression for the next bar. So just changed it a little bit. So it goes up and gets even more emotional. Soft lead. Here's a soft lead, I call it. This one I actually followed the chord pattern. Added a spreader for a little bit more stereo imaging. Push it out to the sides. A little variation ending for that bar, and then same for here. Okay, acid shots. I love these acid shots. I made this preset actually, and I love it. Okay, we got some stabs. Riser. This one's the same, but I rendered it. I bounced it down because I made it shorter. So it's a mini version. I could bounce this one down too, but fuck it. Suspense. My favorite tension and suspense plugin is the M1. The Korg is the Korg M1. I found an Airstrings preset I use, and I'll just EQ it a little bit. Sometimes I'll add an LFO stutter, but just at like 50% wet, just to make it a little more interesting. Then we got some noise, downshifters. I made this sweeper. I'll show you how I made it. Super simple way to make sweepers, guys. The 3x oscillator or 3 times oscillator on FL Studio. You're going to open up, make all white noise for every single oscillator. So go over here and you want to set the filter to BP for bandpass. And then all you need to do is make a nice long note and then automate the X mod. Sometimes I only automate the mod X, but I did mod Y as well in this case, just slightly. But if you... So you can make it as washy or wishy-washy, whatever you want to call it. You can make it subtle, you can make it loud, like take up a lot of space. It's whatever you want. But there you go. There's a secret to making easy sweepers and whooshes. So we'll put all this back. So we got a down, sweeper going down, and then it comes back up again. And then I used it throughout the track. Big whoosh, so big sweep up. This one's an old one I didn't use. Got some fills, drum fills. If there's something you want to know, please drop a comment and ask me. I'd be happy to explain it or show you. I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this to show you guys. Maybe you'll learn something, you know. And then over here, what I usually do is copy this whole song, paste it over here to make an extended version, and then now I'm able to add beginning and ending to make the extended version. And then I just bounce down the whole thing all at once and then separate it in the mastering project. Oh, one more thing. Kick impacts. Here's the kick, and then I made an impact out of it. So to make the kick impact super simple, I just took an instance of the kick and I routed it to a big reverb and then rendered that and then bounced that down. Make sure you don't cut off the low frequencies because you want that sub to boom. And then I bounce that down, so it's just this. And then I layer it with the kick, which I bring down a couple of dB. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. If there's anything you want to know, please drop a comment. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell. I appreciate it so much. I'm doing it for you guys. Honestly, just hoping you'll learn something from it. Also, just enjoy showing you my process, how I do things. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Here's a clip for context.